Hi everyone, this is going to be our video experiment on electromagnets. It assumes that you have not only read the article I supplied this week, the week of October 25th, about electromagnets, but also the short video I supplied as well. Always remember when you watch these videos that I will supply links if they're online, but also a hard copy. So when we talk about electromagnets, you're going to be referring to this paper. And there's a couple of things you'll be doing. We're going to be looking at this video about how to do an electromagnet, which is simply a temporary magnet. I want you to write down the process for building it, and then you get to choose which way to do this. Do you want to describe it in a paragraph to explain what happened when it was created? Or do you want to draw it? Now, if you draw it, make sure to label it as well and be very clear. Finally, there's a challenge question at the bottom about why it may not work. Sometimes it doesn't. So what are some reasons you think, based on what you see, that it might not? So as we take a look at the materials, there are 4 materials that will be needed. A paper clip, a screw in this case. Now anything iron or steel will work, a screw, a bolt, a nail, but something that has to be able to be picked up by a magnet. A piece of metal wire, generally copper wire is best, and a battery. Now you can see in this case I got a pretty large battery. Small ones will work as well, but it makes it a little more easy to see the process. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is take the screw and take the wire and then start coiling it around. Now, when you put it around, you want to bend it very close to it. Be careful, it can be kind of pointy. It can be a little tricky. Once you get it, it'll work. And as you keep working on it, you'll see that coil go down further and further and further. So it looks something a little closer to this. Bring it up a little closer to the camera. You want those coils together as tightly as possible. But you always want a little bit left over at the ends, because these are the ends that they're going to connect to the battery. So pushing in a little further, we get this. And when you connect it to the battery, you see those terminals there. One has a plus, one has a minus. It doesn't really matter which end is which connected to it, but create little hooks at the end and just loop it in. And you want it to be nice and secure on those. You want it touching the metal. You should even feel if it's connected quickly. You should start to feel it warm up. And so this is a safety issue here. I haven't usually found a lot of issues with electrical flow through this, but the heat has been a significant issue. So try not, if you do this with your own materials at home, to keep it away from any sources that shouldn't be kept warm. It's like flammable sources. You should feel that warmth all through every point. That just means power is flowing through it. It comes in out of the battery and back in and just keeps flowing in a loop. Now with all things, the battery power could run down, but you want to let this sit for a little bit and to charge up. An electromagnet works by when you spin electricity, in this case around the loops, it actually creates a magnetic field. And so we're going to loosely magnetize this and be able to pick up a paperclip. So I'm going to pause the video at this point. You'll see it jump, and then we'll pick up the paperclip. All right, we're back in real time. Probably about 5 minutes has passed. So let's do this. So you can see it's actually, you focus on the paperclip, then the screw is very weakly picking it up. It's not getting caught. It literally is getting picked up. So that, in essence, is an electromagnet. So as you're thinking about when you're writing down, what could have made this even a little bit stronger? What could have made this a more effective magnetic field? What could you have done differently with a wire? What could you have done differently with a battery to be able to pick up pick up larger objects? Electromagnetics is used in a lot of different material, including your cell phone. So just something to think about. Go ahead and fill in that paper and make sure to turn it in as soon as you are done.